coming with all their friends, and we get active, yeah. We get active, yeah. All of my tattoos black, my eyes bloodshot red. I'm ready right now. Don't run your mouth too quick. Let's get it.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight it's on to Week 12, and we've got a great Thursday night matchup in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
So wet it down. Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now. On what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're healing with ways that don't last long. What happens the time in
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Right off the bat, a chunk play into enemy territory.
And I don't care how you plan for it. I don't care what you see on tape where you think you can get that type of a play. That's still a great rush and a little bit of a surprise to break off a run like that this early in the game.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Bills' 43-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Back to throw here. A throw left side, it's hauled in by Golden. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call the timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dante Thornton, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Texans 7.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. First carry now for Pierre Strong. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. This one swung outside to Strong. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10, defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
In motion, Aguilar. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
My dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go with Strong. And they're going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This is Brown going up the middle. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 40 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. And they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be his size. Difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just...
That went out wide and intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak in this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
This 2nd and 4. Right back to Brown. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Running right, here's Brown. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 59 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard. An inside give, Brown. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and handling a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Punt is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work in the whole hard and finish in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Straight ahead they go with Ali. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he gets it up past the 35.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's Herbert. They'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Jerry Judy, 50 yards. And the Bills are back within a score. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the.
This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-power offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
This will be caught by Brown. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
14 yards on the play. And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He'll buy some time right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now it's second and 10. Back to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Got his man, it's Thornton. But he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 25 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop him with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First down and goal to go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
At the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll set up a throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Chase Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-7. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more. But I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in balance. It'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And the Bills first down.
Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert now. He finds his man, complete. That's Ali. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
Now Herbert going to change the look. On 1st down, it's a run with Ali. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And we'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 68 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They get this out quickly to the left side. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That's another Houston Texans. 1st and 10 at the 24.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
That's caught right side by Worthy. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts them in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Here's a give to Brown. And he gets it a little bit closer and takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Brown will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Matthew Golden, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They're a little bouncing their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Herbert changing things up. On 1st and 10, it's strong. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ali. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now they'll send Kupp in motion right. On 3rd down, Ali. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Herbert. Was in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Mark Andrews with career touchdown number 60. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game.
22.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Touchdown, Houston! And Xavier Worthy with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2.
The Texans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
22.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And his throw is incomplete.
So they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Herbert. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going up top for Cup. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They give it to Brown. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Taken down by Pete Werner. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on it. You got to have the football back for your offense.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And his kick is indeed good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Come to the line to start their next drive. And their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 29-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Here's Herbert. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Completes this one to Fulton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete yet again to Fulton. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 2nd down and a yard. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
40-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. He's got room to roam. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This is caught. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively? Well, he's got some breathing room. Loose inside the 30. And the Texans come up with a late turnover. But it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Their partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's a